President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi meets with world leaders.
أعبر لكم عن خالص الشكر والتقدير على حفاوة الاستقبال وكرم الضيافة.
Reaffirming Egypt's vision, delivering our voice abroad.
لتطوير التعاون الثنائي الاقتصادي والعسكري إلى مستويات غير مسبوقة.
Discussing regional and international developments. Solid and strong relations on the path of partnership and development.
Welcome back, and as we earlier said that President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have already visited China to attend the inaugural ceremony of the Chinese Olympics, and that is being held in China, or the Olympics, and it's going to be kicking off in Beijing. And referring to the deeply rooted ties between the two countries, the President is participating in such an event, of course on an invitation from the Chinese President Xi Jinping, and during the visit the President will be holding a summit with his counterpart on means of cementing the bilateral ties which witnessed a leap during the past years. And with us live over the phone is Dr. Zeinab Nawar, our political and economic analyst. Good morning, Dr. Nawar. Hello? Dr. Nawar?
Hello?
Good morning, Dr. Nawara.
Good morning, my dear.
How are you doing? If you could tell us, how do you read this important visit by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on an invitation by the Chinese President, during which he's going to be holding a summit on the bilateral ties, and of course the summit is going to tackle the deeply rooted partnership between Egypt and China. On top of them is the economic partnership.
Of course, this important visit also, yes, it's of course it's coming for the event of the Olympic Games and that China is hosting these days. But it tells a good messages that how that we have a strong bilateral relation with, we can say that they are now the second largest economy for the world, and given what they do have in terms of technology and investment and all this technological and economic capacity that they do have. So it's very important for us here in Egypt is to benefit from this strong economy, and also to keep having these good bilateral and economic, to talk about political or economic relations with this strong economy. That is, we can talk about one of the economies that have been surviving even through the crisis of Corona, what they do have in the technological advances, and also what they do have in their capacity, and they do have a lot to present for the Egyptian economy, and we can truly benefit from them.
Right. How is this visit going to enforce and empower the Chinese investment inside Egypt?
Yes, this is very important. The Chinese, they are very smart when we talk about their investment and what they truly would like to provide for Egypt. First, they one of the type of the sectors of the investment that they do pump into Egypt is in transportation, and also in some of the infrastructure projects. Lately, they had a good agreement, and a lot of during the year 2016, when there was a visit from the president to Egypt, there was a lot of agreement that had been also signed regarding a lot of projects. So I think it's very important that if we like to encourage, for example, the Chinese investment and more of the Chinese investors coming into Egypt, this is, of course, number one, through the good and bilateral relations between us and between Egypt and China. This is for the first stance. For the second stance, what we do now for the a lot of investments and a lot of what I can say investments given to investors. This will of course encourage them to come, and they truly do this. They each and every time they have their types of investors coming into Egypt and see what are the means and the new ways for them to enhance their investment. I would say that they come into several visits, and especially you talk about the transportation and ports, they have much interest in this.
How is Egypt going to benefit from during that visit and during the talks from the economic developmental process that China have taken?
Of course, the first thing that we do hope that that it would be working when we talk about the initiative of the Belt and Road, and we can benefit from their capacity and their also what they do have in terms of connection. Because China, what the Chinese government is, they are trying to do, they are trying to protect or guarantee the different means and ways for their exportation. And one of these, through the initiative of Belt and Road, they would like just to ensure that their products are going safely through the route of the Belt and Road. So we were hoping that if this project is going to be proceeded, so we can benefit a lot from them. We can benefit from them through a lot of technical advice, a lot of trainings that we'd like this to be also working on. We will see what also, because what I would like to tell you that for the Chinese themselves, they have certain sectors that they would like to help you in. So we will see what they can provide us with, and we can benefit from them. Even in training, acquiring the technology, acquiring the experts, encouraging the investors to come to us. If they would like to also protect the route of their exportation, so we can also benefit partially from this. So we can benefit from whatever the type of exportation that they do into the different parts of the world. But also we have to benefit by increasing our exports into their land.
China is completely aware of the fact, just like everybody else in the world, that Egypt have gone through a complete makeover in the sense of industrial makeover, infrastructural makeover, political makeover, and economic boom and makeover. This is pretty well known to everybody because Egypt have retained its leading role inside the region. How is China going to benefit from that point during that particular visit, given the fact that there was a very important visit made by the Chinese president earlier to Egypt after President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have come into office?
Of course, what we can say that the Chinese part, I just mentioned that they are so smart and intelligent in this. And this is what they do, not only for Egypt, but for any Arab or African country. They are looking for the chances for themselves before going forward into a further step. So once they will find that there is a chance in the country, of course, I think Egypt is a good point for them, given what we had achieved on the economic stance and what we had done in terms of reforms for different sectors and also streamlining of different policies and regulations. So definitely they can benefit a lot from us. So if we give them more incentives and we had also made the right direction into what exactly the sectors that would like to benefit from them, I think they can be a good stance for us, for Egypt. And they do this. The Chinese also investors, they do this every once in a time. that for different sectors, and especially for ports, this is what I had so that you will find that a lot of Chinese companies, they're trying to come for the officials in different in the Egyptian government and try to have a talk about a certain investment or a certain chance. So they are keep on looking, and of course Egypt is one of the important stances and places for them, given our of course important political and economic stance that we do have. So they do this, and they're looking for chances, and we are one of the most important areas for them.
Right. We have all known that China have always been updating its mechanisms in terms of Chinese technology. And so has Egypt. Egypt have reached an economic, technological boom at the same time. Are there any prospects for technological merge between the two countries in terms of bilateral relations, which would come to the best interest of both countries?
What I actually show that the different the types of projects that there will be cooperation between Egypt and China. It's just for the energy and also what's related to the green also sources of energy and clean sources of energy. I think this is a good step for them to benefit from their experience in this area. What is related to the transportation? I think it's very important to create what we can say. We still need to bring more of their technological advances into our country, but this will not an easy job, because of course you know that for each country when they go into a new technological means and advances, so it's like to be some sort of a secret of their technological advances and the property rights that they do have. But if we try to create what we can say, or to just market ourselves to them properly, I think we can benefit more in this area. Because it's very important to bring again, once again, if you remember, Dina, when we used to talk about also South Korea, when we said that technology and then technology and then technology. So once again, it's about how to market ourselves properly to them, to try to work with them more on this area.
Right. Egypt is considered as one of the top destinations for Chinese tourism. And at the special time of the year, we can find the Chinese tourism flocking to Egypt. How is Egypt going to invest on that as an opportunity during that visit?
Of course, this is to market about the economy, and also by giving them the. Of course, when the Chinese also, when they are coming to Egypt, they are so, what you can say, they do like the culture that they do have. This is the kind of the tourists that they're coming to see the culture, and they also some of them, they are trying to read our tastes and our preferences for products. Even when some of them tourists that are coming into our land, they are coming to trade. So it would be a good chance for us if we can just give them what we can say, the complete picture and the nice picture of Egypt, and also the beautiful places. So this will be more marketing for more of the Chinese tourists who are coming into our land, and also for trade and being in some of the beautiful places. If we truly deal with them honestly, I think this would be a very much of telling them how the business and how we can have more opportunities for them in Egypt. The Chinese, and the Chinese specifically, they are so, again, smart and intelligent. They go everywhere once they are coming into a visit. In Egypt, you can find them everywhere. They are doing a comprehensive reading for us. So let them do the right comprehensive reading of us if we would like to bring more of them, especially if you talk about the Chinese tourists that, of course, the economic growth and lately what China has been witnessing in terms of the flow of cash. This, of course, before Corona. So when you invite these nationalities to come into this country, so of course they can and they welcome to go to different places, and they welcome also to buy products from different stores and places. So of course it will have a good impact for creating jobs, and especially for the sector of tourism.
Right.
So they are one of the most important tourists that we need to focus on after the crisis of Corona that we're having lately.
Right. Dr. Zeinab Nawar, our economic and political analyst, would like to thank you so much, and you have a beautiful day. And we're going to go to a short break, and we'll come to continue the breakfast show, so stay with us.